welcome back to Linda's Pantry. So I just got home from work and it's time to put dinner together, and I'm like, I don't have that much time, but I want something hearty and warm. It's cold outside and I want something easy though, so it's gonna be a one-pot skillet meal tonight. So these are really easy to put together. I think everybody's intimidated and thinks that they have to buy that box that says something helper. You don't need a helper. You can do it yourself. So I hope it inspires you to stay with me and show you how I do this Italian skillet meal. And I've already cooked off or browned off back in the cast iron skillet. I've got a pound of hot Italian sausage, a giant clove of elephant garlic chopped up, and that's a mild garlic, so it's not like we're gonna be going, and a half of a sweet onion that I let just kind of get translucent. So that's all cooked off, and on my board here I have a handful of fresh parsley. You gotta have fresh parsley in my opinion. One jalapeno, because we like some heat in the background, and I do have a couple shakes of red pepper flakes on that sausage. I've got about a cup and a quarter of roughly chopped cabbage. Cabbage goes really well with sausage, and a whole red bell pepper, which we love. I've got some mozzarella cheese here that I'm gonna just have to cut in chunks. I don't care about grating it, doesn't matter, it'll melt down. Some diced tomatoes, and I'm gonna leave them in their own juice. This is an organic, ready cut diced tomato. Leave the juice in there because you're gonna need something to cook the pasta. Now we're not gonna use a huge amount of pasta, so maybe a cup for the whole pan, if that. And this is a really fun pasta. It holds any sauce that you might have it. And if we need, because I think we're going to need some more, we're gonna have some more tomato sauce, maybe a little chicken stock, but we'll see when we get over there. So I hope it inspires you to stay with me and show you how easy it is to put together a weeknight meal on the fly, because I had no idea when I walked through the door what we were gonna have. That sausage actually was earmarked for lasagna, and I changed my mind and made, or not lasagna, but ravioli, and I changed my mind and made a very decadent lobster ravioli. So I hope you go watch that video. I'll attach it in the description box below because it was amazing. Can't have that every night, but it was good. So let's get to cracking, because all we got to do is, now we've already done the chopping, let's do the dropping. I can tell you this smells amazing already, and we are ready to start dropping down our cabbage, our peppers, and this is a healthy veg-filled skillet meal. So one pot skillet, that's always easiest, and who needs to drag out two pots? Give this a little bit of a stir. And doesn't that look good already? Oh, you've got some spice in there, some color, sweetness from the pepper. And the reason I add this at this point, we're not really going to saute this down. The only thing I really wanted soft and less pungent, if you will, was the onion and garlic. So I'm going to go ahead and sprinkle down a cup of pasta. And that's really all you need. So nobody needs to have a big, we're not having a bowl of pasta, but this little deal is like a macaroni, a short macaroni that's pinched shut on one side and open on the other end, and it really will grab a lot of sauce. I absolutely love it. It's my favorite for mac and cheese. So we're gonna go ahead, and that's a perfect amount of pasta for this because it's gonna pretty much double on you. This is enough to feed 4 to 6 people, unless they're just huge eaters. Okay, now I've got the star of the show, Tango Spice. Aroma's burning, and I'm gonna put a healthy tablespoon and a half. That was probably closer to 2, but I'm telling you, if you haven't gone to tangospice.com to look at his spices, I have bought all of them, and this is one of my all-time favorites. I love them all, and they're not overly salty, so you're not gonna have, you know, that, ugh, that's so salty kind of thing. And Joe is a wonderful man and just a great cook here on YouTube. He always makes me very hungry. So I'm not going to drain my tomatoes, but again, now look, we've got some more veg going in. Yum. And you can see it growing on us. And now, not too late, we're gonna add our tomato sauce. And I have an 8-ounce can of tomato sauce. So I should have had that open, but I didn't. So I'm going to add my tomato sauce down, and that's just going to give it a rich tomato background that's really, really good and classic of Italian type cooking. And as you can see, we don't have enough liquid to cook that pasta and for that pasta to absorb and rehydrate. So what are we going to do? We're going to add some chicken stock. So let me grab my chicken stock and we'll get that in there. Oh, that looks good. It's gonna be so good. With the cheese, yum. Okay, I'll be right back. So I've got my heaping cup of homemade chicken stock. Last but not least, we're gonna put down a little bit of cracked pepper and let her simmer. It's a high acid food. So I'm putting my mesh on top first, and then covering the whole pan because I'm kind of weird about foil. I feel like the pasta's done in about 20 minutes because I've got it on a medium-low. I'll go ahead and put the cheese on, put the lid back on, and there you go. We'll have dinner. So I can't wait. It's going to be delicious. And as you can see, it makes a lot. Right. So this has had time to just get absolutely perfect. All the liquid kind of has absorbed, but yet it's still pretty juicy. And it smells fantastic. And really the only spice that I added to this was Tango Joe, his aroma's burning, and some pepper, and that's it. The rest of the spice came from the sausage. So now, because we love cheese, and I don't know who doesn't, we're gonna go ahead and add our mozzarella. And I just have some chunks cut up. Make it easy. This is a weeknight meal. Kind of spread it out there, and that way when you get a big hunk of cheese, you're like, oh, look at that. And we're gonna get that kind of dispersed a little more evenly, but nothing has to be perfect here. It's Tuesday night, right? So I kind of bury that cheese in there because we want that to be a little bit of a surprise. And then we're gonna let this just kind of steam on itself. I've turned the burner off. It's ready to go. The vegetables still have a little bit of a bite. That's how I do the end. I don't want any cheese sticking to any my screen here. But I'm gonna go ahead, put some parchment paper down, put my screen with the foil back down, kind of seal that down. And now that cheese is just gonna have a chance to melt. And how easy was this? Because literally this took less than 30 minutes to throw together, and I got all my chores done. So I'll bring you back for a taste test. So we have our end result. I'm super excited. I've got a little fresh grated Parmesan on top. There's a big old hunk of cheese right there. Oh. And the cheese just inside this gets all ooey and gooey. It's fantastic. So let's get a bite of some pasta, some of the peppers, and the sausage. Yum. And this is a great weeknight meal. Very hearty. Oh my gosh. Tango Spice Company rocks. I'm just going to say that. I'm going to put a link to his website in the description box below. You got to go buy this because it's so good. It's really the only spice other than what was in the sausage, and I can't tell you how delicious this is. And it's not overly full of pasta, even though we have plenty. That cup of pasta rendered plenty of pasta for us. And I love the fact that it'll grab the sauce and Ooh, look at that piece of cheese. I better leave that for my husband. Ooh, we got some cabbage and tomato and pepper. Let's get that. Maybe. Maybe nobody's cooperating. Get a bite of that. And we'll take another YouTube bite here. Mm-hmm. Mm. Mm. Absolutely fantastic. I hope you guys give this a try. It's super easy, and you can vary this any way you want. And nobody has to buy a box with some instructions on it to tell them what to do. This was fantastic. I hope it inspires you to come back next time. And if it does inspire you to make this, show me a picture on my Facebook page and go subscribe to that. Say like and send me a message. And as always, guys, comment and thumbs up. And let's do another recipe. We're going back to the pantry, so stay tuned because I'm going to do a lot of meals using up things that we've canned and put back in our pantry. So